Damn, that music was fucking awesome.
That was all right. Yeah, the reason we chose that was Boo Boo's suggestion, not me. That was my old band. Chose it because Ozzy did influence me when I was a musician. Oddly enough, you probably could tell by my vocal style. Clearly inspired by Ozzy. Oh. Hello. Hello, everybody. We got Paul in the chat, keeping us moderated and probably going to ask us some questions as well. How are you doing, Boo Boo?
I'm doing pretty good. I was rocking out. I know nobody could see me, but I was headbanging and pretended to play guitar.
I hate to break it to you, I could see everything.
Well, good. I don't care if you could see.
So as I'm sure everyone who's tuning in knows, we lost Ozzy Osbourne this week. Rock and roll icon. A lot of people want to call him metal. He never called himself metal. He was rock and roll, as Lemmy liked to say about himself too. We're rock and roll.
You're rock and roll, yeah.
Yeah, fresh haircuts for us. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's thanks to Sarah, Paul's wife. I couldn't afford a regular haircut.
Wait, were you here and I didn't know it?
You were at work, I think. That was
okay.
The last time I was over there. Yeah.
Got you.
So, would you consider yourself an Ozzy fan?
I like a lot of his songs. But I actually don't. Oh, beautiful merch, sir. I actually don't hold him in as high of a stature as everybody else. Like, he's great, but
hot take. Yeah. Hot take.
Yeah. Rest in peace. No disrespect, but I don't know. Music probably wouldn't be the same without him. I won't lie, but I feel like he is overhyped and it's just not that good. Like, his lyrics aren't that great, and his voice
we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. I said, I love a bunch of his songs.
You gotta I'm glad you say those. Awesome. There goes our entire audience. No, I'm glad you gave us an honest take, because a lot of people, when a famous musician or celebrity dies, we often hype up their legacy to be more than what it was.
Oh, I was always a fan. I defended Ozzy countless times. I got beat up because I defended Ozzy, believe it or not.
I don't. No. But I feel a story coming.
No, I'd never defend Ozzy Osbourne like that.
He doesn't need my help. I don't think so.
He's got the whole music industry, right? I think of how he played as what did he play? I think of that old World of Warcraft commercial. There could be only one dark prince.
I forgot he was in that.
Ozzy just felt like one big brand. A brand.
Yeah, and I feel more we could blame Sharon for that more than Ozzy. But I don't think Ozzy knew where he was half the time, honestly. And I mean that in the best respect. But
yeah, like the poor guy, he's got it's the same story as like people like to say about Joe Biden. Like he didn't know where he was. He didn't know what he was saying. The poor guy was just a puppet for Sharon Osbourne to make money.
Yeah, they said that about both Biden and Ozzy, that they were both puppets of Sharon Osbourne.
Actually, both of them were Jim Carrey in a skin suit.
Oh God.
No, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
His best song was written by someone else. What song was that?
It was, you've told me it's "Mama, I'm Coming Home," right?
Actually, Lemmy wrote a couple of songs for Ozzy. But yeah, "Mama, I'm Coming Home" is probably my favorite Ozzy song. Yeah, it was co-written by Lemmy. But
Did he also write Hellraiser? Was that originally Lemmy or was that originally Ozzy?
ooh, you know what? I'm not 100% sure. I want to say yes, that Lemmy wrote that, but I could be wrong.
I was like, what the bloody hell's a Hellraiser? I don't even know what that is. Son.
It was written by Ozzy Osbourne, Zach Wilde, and Lemmy Kilmister. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The trifecta.
Another good song. So, do you know what Ozzy's full real name was?
I know his first name is John, right?
Yes, John Michael Osborne.
Ooh, John Michael. Sounds so
John
prestigious.
Michael.
Like, it
Yeah.
sounds like I don't know, like you'd be a part of the church.
Oddly enough, we're going to get to something about that.
All right.
Ozzy has a reputation that we'll go ahead and get it out of the way now because we're going over the cultural impact of Ozzy. We're not going to go over his entire life, But Ozzy, despite his satanic reputation, he was a member of the Church of England and reportedly was known to pray before each show. So,
Oh wow.
that kind of
Really?
surprised me. Yeah, that's according to sources I found. So,
God, please forgive me for biting this bat's head off.
I know he said other things over the years that conflicts with being a member of the Church of England, but it's Ozzy, and he probably didn't know what he was answering. Not really. That's not true. Um, but yeah, so I didn't know that. That kind of surprised me. So, Ozzy got his start in well, he didn't get his start with, but his first real big gig was Black Sabbath, of course. Um, he was their vocalist from 68 to 79. They are widely considered to be the first true heavy metal band with their debut album Black Sabbath in 1970, pretty much changing a genre, really, because it was just, I mean, not even changing, it was kind of a new genre.
Bow, bow,
Yeah,
bow.
that song gave me chills the first time I heard it. It's just such an eerie
Yeah.
tritone. So dark. I love it. Um, songs like War Pigs, of course, Paranoid, they tackled different themes. It was more of they'd go after, the things of war, madness, alienation, and it introduced a darker, heavier, more introspective style of rock music. Sabbath sound shaped bands like Metallica, Slayer, Iron Maiden, and their influence is foundational to the doom, sludge, stoner, and gothic subgenres of metal. And I know you were saying about Ozzy singing earlier, but his high-pitched, eerie vocal style in those early days kind of became a template for for a generation of metal singers.
Yeah,
Dave
and I think
Mustaine.
that's
Go
an
ahead.
important thing to note is that like with the music that's out now and the music I grew up with, like there's just in my opinion objectively better, but I also am aware that he was a pioneer, blah 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 blah. All that stuff. Look, I didn't grow up in the 70s, okay? I don't gotta like Ozzy.
I'm not
And
that much
anybody that
older, but you know.
yeah, okay.
Dave Mustaine said, "Without Sabbath, there's no metal. Period." And I'm not going to argue with Dave Mustaine because it's Dave Mustaine, and
Yeah.
he'll write a song about me or something if I don't agree with him. I don't know what else he'd do. He's old. I'm not scared of him anymore.
Paul made an interesting point. He had a huge effect on the music scene, and Ozzfest changed the landscape.
Yeah.
Still going on to this day, right?
Ozzfest,
I mean, I know he just passed away, but
no, the last Ozzfest was 2018.
oh shit.
Yeah, you're a little behind on that one, Boo
Boo. That's so weird because I'm such a fan.
Such a huge fan, like we've already established. But we will get to that. Yes, the second half of this live stream is going to be the impact of Ozzfest. It launched a lot of bands. It did a lot of good for a lot of people's careers. Not without its controversy, much like Ozzy. But another part of Ozzy's life that a lot of people know him for was the Osbournes, and I know this will probably ruffle some feathers because some people don't like the reality TV show thing. Of course, it's reality TV, and no matter how real they try to tell you it is, some of it was scripted, obviously.
Fake. It's okay. We can use the word fake here. We're not talking about wrestling.
Hey.
Well, that word's offensive in wrestling. It's not offensive when it's reality TV.
You don't use the F word around me. You know that.
Sorry.
I agree with Paul here. Dave is Metallica. All of Metallica's best stuff was Dave Mustaine. So just a side note.
Any Metallica fans out there lingering, seething with hatred over that comment?
Not in 2025.
Right. Everybody's Metallica. Yeah, come on. No, people like Metallica still, don't you?
Oh, I doubt it. Anyway, no, I'm joking.
What's the turn of fucking sucked?
So for all the hate that the Osbournes got, it was the first reality show about celebrities that followed a dysfunctional family in real time. It won a primetime Emmy in 20. I always want to say 20 now, but it was 2002, not 2002.
You can say 2002.
All right, in 2002, it won an Outstanding Reality Program award, Emmy award.
It's got a nice flow to it. I like it.
Despite the hate it gets from some people not into that kind of thing, it averaged 7.8 million viewers per episode in its first season, which is pretty popular, I guess. Doesn't mean that it's good.
Cammy Ray said weird show.
Weird show? Yeah. From what I've seen, it was a pretty weird show. I watched it. I watched some of it, not all of it.
I think of the memes that come from that show.
Oh, yeah. Ozzy and the cat.
Yeah, that's immediately what I say. Fuck off, you. Get away from my fucking sandwich.
And then there's, of course, Ozzy and the dogs, Ozzy and the bubbles. A lot of it, some of it was scripted. Some of it was just them following Ozzy around. And I think I showed it to you not too long ago. Ozzy's favorite meal during the filming of the Osbournes was Chipotle. And there's a scene of him at Chipotle watching them fold his burrito where he's just like a little child watching something like that. It's so funny.
Oh, bloody hell, how you fit all the fixings inside that there.
He's just so happy and so excited and content. Lars is a
cute old man.
Yeah. Lars is a tennis player. There's a lot of Metallica hate in the comments right now.
Yeah. Not sure if I like the direction of this chat. Not sure if I like the direction this shit's going. No, I'm just kidding.
So the impact that the Osbournes had, and well, directly to Ozzy, they kind of redefined celebrity in the 2000s as a raw, messy, and at the same time relatable kind of deal. Unfortunately, it's also responsible for keeping up with the Kardashians because, celebrity, real reality. And I think the one thing I'd say I didn't like about the Osbournes is it kind of, well, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a double-edged sword. It humanized a supposed prince of darkness by showing Ozzy struggling with domestic life, sobriety, parenting, and sitting in a chair. There's a scene where he falls out of a chair, which is really funny.
Oh my god!
He just falls straight backwards.
Yeah, I don't want celebrities being relatable. They have money and power and status. All the things that I, a broke man, would like to have. Don't need, but would like to have. And therefore, you're my enemy. If you have a significant amount of money, you are my enemy. Because I don't have money.
Bold words. Let's see how it works out for him, Cotton.
Come on. Send me your hate comments.
We're going to go back in time a little bit.
Bigot I am. Yes.
We're going to go back before the Osbournes and all that. I just wanted to bring that up because it is a big part of Ozzy's later career. But in the 80s, Ozzy was right in the throes of the satanic panic. Tracks like Mr. Crowley and his whole gothic image kind of made him a lightning rod for controversy. But there was a 1986 suicide that led to a lawsuit that blamed his song "Suicide Solution" for the situation. The case was dismissed though, but it was dismissed, but the cultural tension persisted. As a kind of what kind of happened after that was that Ozzy was demonized by Christian groups, parental groups, political groups, leading to boycotts and protests. He became the face of corrupting youth in debates over lyrical content and morality. And I don't know. His quote was, "I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a singer in a rock band."
Oh, sure. That sounds exactly what an agent of Satan would say.
That's my best. No. Don't my best Ozzy.
I'm just a normal guy in a fucking rock band. No, don't pay no attention. Don't pay me no mind.
Don't pay any mind to me, yay!
Yeah, come on. I'm just gonna rhyme the word masses with masses.
But I just saw the next part I've got here for us. It's just titled "The Bat Incident."
Ozzy didn't even know what Mr.
I couldn't
Crowley
think of
was like. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Ozzy. Oh yeah, I should tell that one, huh? Oh, it's a story I've heard about about Mr. Crowley and Ozzy was when Zach Wilde joined the band. He brought a gift for Ozzy. He brought a picture of Aleister Crowley, framed picture. Aleister Crowley, in case you aren't aware, or anyone listening isn't aware, was an occultist. I can't remember what years, but before Ozzy. Anyway, Zach brought this picture, hung it up on the wall, and he waited for Ozzy to get there. And Ozzy shuffles in, as he does, to the practice room, looks at the wall, and goes,
"Oh yeah.
Who's this bald fuck?" And Zach said, "It's Aleister Crowley. You've only been singing about him for 20 years. Well, I didn't know what the bald bloke looked like." So I thought that was a funny story. It's one of my favorite Ozzy stories. But the bat incident, which I felt was the only way to title this segment, happened in 1982 during a concert in Des Moines, Iowa. Ozzy bit the head off of a real bat thrown on stage by a fan. He says he thought the bat was rubber. The person, I don't know if it's the person who threw it, but somebody, I don't know where the source came from, but they said the bat was already dead. It wasn't alive when he bit the head off of it. So
I don't know if it's better or worse.
He did think it was a rubber bat, and he did have to get rabies shots after the fact. So
good on him for not puking. I mean, really.
Yeah.
That would have dissolved any kind of Prince of Darkness moniker, I think, if he just bit the head off. Oh God.
Yeah, by not throwing up and by continuing with the show or whatever he did, it cemented his reputation as an ultimate madman. Like, everyone thought Ozzy was absolutely insane because he's doing this kind of shit. It symbolized the extreme anarchic freedom of metal and rock performances. Is how we took it, even though it was an accident. He had to get rabies shots.
You're not very dark of you. A real dark prince would have just got the rabies and bit someone.
It has given us a lot of nice satire over the years, too. Family Guy has parodied it. I think South Park did, too. There's memes. There's all sorts of fun stuff.
Got a whole cameo in the movie Little Nicky.
Oh, yeah, he did. Didn't he bite the head off of somebody in that one?
Bite his freaking head off.
I've never seen that movie.
It's okay.
Another thing that isn't talked about with Ozzy is the mental health representation in rock music, metal music. There's a gnat that keeps landing right on my nose. Ozzy's openly discussed his addiction, depression, and cognitive damage from decades, really, of substance abuse.
Well, see, what kind of dark prince is he? Yeah, I'm a little sad. A condom is still a good drug.
I was going to make a really bad joke here, but I'm not going to. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2020 and discussed that publicly as well.
Well, that one, even the Prince of Darkness is subject to old age, I guess. Like that.
Yeah. Well, the not funny thing, but the thing about it was he did think for years that he had shakes. He started to have involuntary shaking, and he attributed it to all the drug use, alcohol abuse, and it turns out it was the Parkinson's, unfortunately. So that's a terrible disease. But he was open about all of his things and pushed for conversations about substance abuse recovery, and the toll of fame, things like that. It made it more acceptable in a way for rockers and men in general, just to talk about weakness and pain. If Ozzy can do it, so can we. I've saw a lot of people talk about that in forums, which is overall positive. Ozzy was quoted in 2020 as saying, "The reality is I'm not a superhuman, I'm a survivor." So I'm not superhuman because I did all these drugs. I've just survived them. My brother in
Christ, you're Ozzy fucking Osbourne. You're not a survivor. You are Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'm being a little hard on him, and he's not here to defend himself. But he's a public figure, and you're open to scrutiny.
Yeah, that's true. The things about Ozzy that we all remember: his slurred speech, his really, for lack of a better word, I don't know if you've ever seen him sit around and joke or talk in interviews and stuff. He had a really absurd sense of humor, and was just in general unpredictable, I guess. So he kind of, with his personality, he became a living meme before memes really became popular. Because memes go back way further than we realize. We'll get into that in maybe an episode one day.
Paul dropped an excellent Manowar.
Oh, is that a Manowar reference there?
Yeah. The gods made heavy metal. I'm not going to butcher it. I won't do that to you. I'm sorry.
Too late.
Sorry. Well, I already disrespected his dad, Doc Holliday.
Oh yeah, last week.
So I won't. Yeah, you get it.
You won't any further today, is what you're saying.
Yeah. We'll just say I'm waiting
for him to kick that door open and start whooping your ass.
That's right. None of us are superhuman. We all need help at times. We do, but not if you're the Prince of Darkness. Also, there's I pegged it down. There's a 14-second delay between the stream and people.
Oh, did you actually time it?
Yeah. 14, 15 seconds. So yes, you are correct. Everybody needs help. However, the bloody Prince of Darkness. Come on, man.
No, Rocky with a hot take.
Oh, dude. Oh no. No, I disrespected his dad last time, dude. You can't fucking do this shit. Man of War.
So I'm gonna take on the side of Paul here with both Man of War and Ozzy. Yeah, even the Prince of Darkness, needs someone to talk to, because Ozzy was human at the end of the day.
Yeah, no matter how. Keep in mind,
I know you're joking. I know you're joking.
Well,
I didn't even think about the fact that people don't understand your sarcasm.
Yeah, I'm being completely facetious, except for the part where it's I don't really care about Ozzy like that. He's not on my Mount Rushmore.
No, it's understandable. Music is all about how it hits us, and it hits us differently in different ways. It's all very hippie, as Devin Townsend said once, of Strapping Young Lad and others.
I won't skip a Sabbath song or an Ozzy song or anything. However, I also don't go out of my way to look it up. But that all being said, yeah, that sucks because, all my shitty jokes aside, what do you do when you're a public figure and people look up to you and stuff, and you have I can only imagine the pressure this dude was constantly under to, just put shit out until he died. And it sucks because maybe if he was just a normal guy, he could have gotten over some of that stuff. I mean, granted, he has the money, which affords him to have, do what he feels he needs to do to, get that in check. But I feel like when you're just at times just an object to the general public, like, maybe your shit won't get taken serious. Hence,
Yeah.
some fucking baby-faced asshole on the internet talking mad shit.
The thing to remember about Ozzy too, because you talked about him being, he was probably, I don't know what his net worth was, but he was probably extremely wealthy at the end of his life. He didn't start that way. Ozzy came from extreme poverty. So
Great, another reason to hate him.
I can't remember how many siblings he had, but they had to share a can of soup at times. I'd want to say it was like 6 or 7 siblings.
All right, I'm sorry, Ozzy.
But think about the pressure to not go back to that again. No matter how much money you've got, when you came from that kind of extreme poverty, I'm sure the anxiety of it could happen again. Like, I came from that. I don't know. I've never been in that position. I don't know if that would dwell with somebody. And it also depends on people, your mental state. And Ozzy was on a lot of drugs. So through his career. But yeah, it's an interesting. He was more what's the word I'm looking for? Complex. It's nuanced. That's the word. It's nuanced. It's not all cut and dry with a lot of this stuff, especially when it comes to mental health. I know you had guys like Robin Williams, Chester from, damn it, Linkin Park. Yeah, a lot of famous, rich, successful people still struggle with, those things.
What's his name? Chris. Fuck, from Soundgarden.
Oh, Cornell? Chris Cornell. Something like that.
Let's see. All right, we got a couple comments here.
Oh,
Paul
yes, this one
definitely not an Ozzy fan. However, if it's Mount Rushmore metal, don't Ozzy have to be? Yes. I'm a dick. I might even go as far as to say for metal, he might be the stone that the faces of Mount Rushmore carved out of. You know what I mean? Like he did a lot.
Yeah.
I would never try to actually downplay that in any sort of seriousness.
Rocky's got interesting fun fact here too. Ozzy only got his place in Black Sabbath because he owned a PA system. I've heard that before. Cornell. It was, Chris Cornell. Thank you, Rocky.
Yeah, fuck. Thank you, Rocky.
Yeah, I knew we were close. So, yeah, a lot of great participation in the stream today, guys. Thank you.
We appreciate it. You all get trophies.
Another thing Ozzy was kind of credited for influencing was fashion and an aesthetic. He popularized the Gothic style outfits of the time, the black leather, the crucifix, the eyeliner. I'm sure other people played in it too, but when I think of those things from the 80s and 70s of the Gothic style, you think Ozzy. He was kind of a rock wizard in a way.
Yeah. And can we just agree that I
mean,
he pretty much don't. What is
Sorry.
it? Tony I thought Ozzy was a dork.
I've heard that before too.
He's like, who's this fucking nerd?
What were you saying?
What was I saying? Shit, I don't remember. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, his look kind of influenced. Yeah, I'm sure it influenced. I was going to say it later was echoed by people, but it was more people were more influenced by his style. People like Marilyn Manson, Ghost, and even some modern pop artists take their Gothic styles from what Ozzy pretty much started.
Whatever. Soundgarden's fucking awesome. Boo.
Yeah, I don't think I could put that on the stream. But yeah, Paul is not a fan of Soundgarden from the sounds of the comment section.
Well, we can't put it on, but I'll gladly read it. Boo. Soundgarden sucked balls. Balls that stink like moldy cheese.
Moldy cheese. That'll pop, Paul.
Oh, God.
So,
moldy cheese.
Ozzy is... he's symbolic of survival. Ozzy is survival incarnate. He was a drug-addled, misunderstood kid from Birmingham who became an icon. And he's an image. He has an image to a lot of people as one of resilience, not just rebellion, but just as a guy who made it and survived everything both life threw at him and everything he threw at life or threw at himself.
I'm gonna sniff these ants and drink pee.
Which reminds me, I've been drinking fire ants for the past hour.
In preparation for this.
Yeah, in honor of Ozzy. I'm joking. It's actually coffee. Cold coffee at this point, actually.
I don't know
Let's
if you
see.
folks at home can see, but I got a nice mirror sheen working up because it is it's warm out today. So y'all stay inside. If you guys are watching this from outside, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Huh? Yeah, don't be watching on your phone outside on your porch.
Jesus!
It's way too hot for that.
You better not be jaywalking. God forbid if I find out you are driving, I will come through this goddamn screen and I will give you such a pinch.
So, Ozzy, like you mentioned, actually, as you mentioned earlier, not order. He appeared in Little Nicky. He was parodied in Family Guy. I can't remember if he actually. I don't know if he played a voice in Family Guy, but I know he did in The Simpsons. He also did one in Trolls World Tour.
Oh, what?
And yeah, and he was also a playable character in Guitar Hero World Tour and in Brutal Legend.
Yeah, he was the dude that gave you the upgrades in Brutal Legend. He had a couple funny lines.
He also collaborated with artists even today, modern artists like Post Malone. And I'm not a fan of Post Malone.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of some of his like his pop music. He does some covers of some country songs that are like, wow, why is this guy not singing, real music and not pop music?
Have you ever heard his Nirvana covers?
Yeah, and I don't even like Nirvana, but he does a great job of them. Yeah, I know that might give me some hate. I'm not a fan of Nirvana. But Post Malone's collaboration with Ozzy, I actually did enjoy. So for what it's worth.
Sellout. You goddamn right he's a sellout. Anything to make money. Yeah.
Yay.
Son.
Before we go on, I'm going to finish this sandwich. Family Guy reference there. So Ozzy wasn't just a
later, yeah.
Yay.
Look, the sellout comment, Rock, it's probably like this. Sharon's like, "Oh, Ozzy, I need you to go and play the part in this bloody show so I could keep making money."
That's crazy. I actually had my screen up on another page, so I didn't see you. I thought Sharon joined us for the...
Like, you're going to stop talking about my late husband. That's copyrighted.
Oh, no. So Ozzy wasn't just a rock star. He was kind of a living cultural landmark of sorts. I don't know what else to call him. Oh, no, Paul, you got to delete your own comment.
He's the fucking Blizzard, man. I mean, to say anything other than he is a cultural icon that spans multiple generations is just wrong.
Yeah. I mean, love him or hate him, he was a symbol of rebellion, media evolution, and endurance. I don't remember the exact amount of years that he was going, but it was almost 50. Was it even more than 50 years he was going? Like, as a performer?
Let's see. Oh my God. You guys shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. Can't be saying that.
Leave Kurt alone. He was depressed too. It's fine when the fucking Prince of Darkness is upset and sad, doesn't do drugs anymore. Where was anybody for Kurt? Huh?
So yeah,
and let me ask you, did he pull the trigger with his toes? Answer.
All right. We're getting off of that.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry.
Ozzy was active from 1968 until he passed away. Like 17 days before he passed away, he played his last show. So
and he sat the whole time, didn't he?
He had to. He was incapable of moving or standing, unfortunately.
That poor guy.
So we're going to go over some fun, wild Ozzy stories, which a lot of people may know already, but there might be a few in here people don't know.
I'm ready.
He snorted a line of ants.
Rock and roll, yeah.
Yeah, during a 1984 tour with Motley Crue, Ozzy was in competition with bassist Nikki Sixx over who could be the most demented, I guess, for lack of a better word.
I think obnoxious would be a better word.
Yeah. Ozzy dropped to the ground, snorted a line of fire ants, and then licked up urine. His own and possibly Nicky's. This was confirmed by multiple members of Motley Crue, and Sharon disputes the story, allegedly.
Of course.
But Nikki Sixx was quoted as saying, "That was the moment I realized we couldn't outdo Ozzy. We weren't even playing the same game."
Okay, a few more comments here.
We got some comments. Sorry, I didn't have that stream.
Absolutely an icon. Heaven is a little more metal now. Yes, indeed. And I think Ozzy's going to have to answer to God. First and foremost, why do you have the moniker of Prince of Darkness if you're depressed?
Oh, man. Yeah, that's going to be the question. That's going to gatekeep him.
I was on the fly. I don't know. Rocky said I'd be impressed. I'm assuming that relates to my earlier comment about pulling the trigger with the toe. I'd be impressed too.
Oh, my God.
Especially considering how much heroin he was on.
Here's something I didn't know.
I don't like blonde men with blue eyes. Oh, my God, sir. And Lamb of God's Children of the Grave performance was badass. Didn't see it, but I'm sure you'll show it to me when we hang out again. Oh, it was.
Here's something I didn't know about Ozzy. He was, despite the Prince of Darkness persona he apparently also had a bizarre phobia of frogs.
I know. My mom's best friend has. My mom has a friend that has that phobia. I think it's so funny. It's a fucking frog.
Paul, Sharon tried to say that Nikki was the one who snorted the ants or something to that effect, or a cockroach. Or I've heard a couple of different stories. Never heard her talk about it straight up, but that's what I've heard alleged. But yeah,
there was that bloody troublemaker Nikki Sixx. It wasn't me husband.
During a music video shoot, somebody brought in live frogs as background animals. Ozzy refused to leave his trailer until they removed.
Get those bloody things out of here.
When he was asked about it, he joked that they looked like they were plotting something, which is pretty funny.
All right, yeah, that's pretty good.
There's in the Osbournes, there was a recurring thing of he just could never figure out how to get his TV remote to work, which I forgot about. So a lot of scenes show him confusingly pressing buttons, and that wasn't scripted. He genuinely couldn't change the channel.
Idiot.
They did. He volunteered in 2010 to have his DNA tested, and one scientist called him a genetic freak who was somehow biologically equipped to survive decades of substance abuse.
Oh my God!
And and his quote. He said, "My body's a medical marvel. I should have been dead 1,000 times over," which isn't wrong.
What kind of drugs did he do? Was he a avid cocaine enjoyer?
What was his drug of choice?
Heroin shooter. Definitely a pot smoker. We know. When I first met you.
It's been documented apparently.
At least Ozzy wasn't afraid of cucumbers. Hey, that's Then can we agree? Okay, frogs. Does any of the shit you guys heard today disqualify this man from having the title Prince of Darkness?
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm just a little more strict.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Dumb.
You're jaded, calloused.
Yes. Well, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, no. I'm trying to find
more of a what do you got kind of guy.
You
probably just like being fucked up.
Probably. I'm trying to find a definitive answer.
Okay, it's Tuesday. I don't got to work tomorrow.
Because I know he's talked about it in many interviews. I've seen him talk about it in many interviews, but okay.
The consensus from the chat seems to be he was a jack of all trades.
That's probably accurate. Finding some quotes. Let's see.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Paul. One sensible man here today.
Was Sensible Paul?
Yes.
Oh,
We
you're
have
right.
the same opinion about something, so of course.
So Ozzy was known for his. I'm just gonna go in alphabetical order here because that's how it's laid out. Alcohol, of course. He was a severe alcoholic from the early Black Sabbath days through the 80s and beyond. He once claimed to drink. He once claimed to drink 28 gallons of alcohol before Christmas Eve during a peak period of abuse.
What?
Yeah,
That's
claimed.
crazy.
Tony Iommi confirmed his drinking and drug use disrupted rehearsals and led to his dismissal in '79. Cocaine. His first use occurred in early '71 in Denver.
Rock and roll.
Um, Ozzy described it as life-changing. The world went fuzzy. He later admitted to using cocaine so heavily that he'd, quote, bang it up my fucking nose every 5 minutes.
Okay.
That was a bad accent.
LSD
and psychedelics.
Oh,
Ozzy
okay.
stated he took LSD daily for roughly 2 years during the early Black Sabbath period, saying he was drunk or high every single day.
Jesus.
Oh, and I forgot about this story. I'm glad I looked this up. He quit taking psychedelics after taking 10 tabs of acid. One day, he walked through a field and spoke to a horse for an hour.
Hello.
Just talking to the horse until the horse looked at him and told him to fuck off. He promptly quit using LSD after the fact.
Look, he got told off by a horse. All right, this is another point against him.
Well, think of how reality shaking that would be.
I agree.
He didn't get into any he didn't get addicted to any prescription painkillers allegedly from what he's talked about until 2003, we'll say that, after he had a serious quad bike accident, ATV accident.
Ooh.
And the painkillers, they prescribed to him, he became addicted to, which is very easy to do. Like, even if you don't have a past history of addictions, it can affect you. Fun fact for y'all.
Yeah, okay, you see that. Robbie, you said gays.
Yeah, you had a typo there, I hope.
17
days after their
17 gays after their last performance. No, that's crazy. 17 days is just like a magic number. Let's see, Cammy Ray, your comments are not showing up for some reason. I don't know if I just can't see them or what. I see your name popping up like you're commenting, but
sometimes this thing's funny.
It's a mystery. So, to which I'll just say, ha, 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 you're so funny. Or, yes, good question. I'm glad you asked. Dustin, your thoughts?
What's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't see the question.
There is no question.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading. I wanted to. I never heard that before from what Rocky said. I'm like, I gotta fact check that. That's interesting. And yeah, sure enough, that's true. I did not know that. I'm surprised I haven't heard that before. I was like, wait a minute, I would have heard that by now. That's pretty wild. So during the Osbourne's reality show, 2002 to 2005. Sharon stated that Ozzy was never sober and often stoned while filming. He admitted to regular marijuana smoking and heavy drinking. I even remember there was a scene where he pops out of his little man cave complaining about the beer thief that took all of his beer. And Sharon's telling him, I think you drank all of it. And he's just kind of looking at her all drunk and confused.
Darling, why are you making such a funny duddy? Don't you remember you drank all of them? So you can't judge a man for being addicted. That shit can get any of us. Amen.
That's Amen. True.
Addiction is serious. Just not for
Ozzy. Full disclaimer, I know a lot of people already know this, but Ozzy did do a lot of fucked up things while he was addicted and doesn't remember a lot of them. I don't feel like you can judge somebody for what they do when they were completely blackout and don't remember. The drug takes over,
We can blame Papa Curtis, who just dropped the chat. Whoops, I meant days if we were talking.
What up, Curtis?
You meant this. Yeah, I know what you meant. Don't you lie. You meant to say gays. I'll say it again. I said it. I said it again.
So Ozzy says that through the 70s and 80s, cocaine, alcohol, and LSD were his primary drugs of choice.
God, what a monster.
And
That's
in
crazy,
the 80s, in the 80s, it was like they said, pretty much anything he could get his hands on.
Fuck.
So, yeah.
No wonder he rhymed
Wild.
masses with masses. Oh, yeah. I forgot I said that already. Leave it in.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
So any questions
Fucking
on
thing sucks. Yeah.
any questions on the history of Ozzy's legacy from anybody before we move on to Ozzfest? What is your favorite Ozzy song that don't get airplay? Oh,
God is dead.
Question mark. It's got a question mark at the end of it.
God is dead?
That did get radio play.
Oh shit.
But not recently, obviously. For me, it would be I just had it. Perry Mason. I never heard that one on the radio, but it's got a really cool bass line.
I don't think I've ever heard that. I also like Sweet Leaf a lot.
Black Sabbath, good choice.
Yeah.
We love all peoples here at this podcast. Yes, we do. All of you.
Oh, yeah. Gay in the happy way. In the happy way.
That's a good segue here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I got to look up. I don't want to misquote anything.
Shut up.
Because
I was moderating and diecast racing league.
Yeah. So earlier you said towards the beginning of this podcast that Ozzy wasn't exactly a lyrical genius, right?
Yeah, that was my opinion.
Yeah. I felt the same for a while until I started kind of listening to Mr. Crowley. It's another good one.
That one plays more often than you'd expect.
One of his most played songs is Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
And Ozzy gets
probably Paranoid would be the next one I'd say.
Ozzy got a lot of flack for being evil and dark and satanic. But one of my favorite lines in Crazy Train is maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. And I know it's not a deep thing, but I don't know. It's, if you think about it, that's what the world needs more of. Like, you know.
I've listened to preachers. I've listened to fools. I've listened to dropouts who made their own rules.
One person conditioned to rule and control, the media sells it, and you live the role. So the whole message of Crazy Train is really about how we allow the world to tear us apart. Like, the third verse is heirs of a cold war. That's what we've become. Inheriting troubles. I'm mentally numb. Crazy. I just cannot bear. I'm living with something that just isn't fair. Mental wounds not healing. Who and what's to blame? I'm going off the rails of a crazy train. So that whole song, like, I just thought it was a fun, rocking song, but it's more, the lyrics are a little deeper when you look into it. And I feel like a lot of Ozzy songs had more of that. Diary of a Madman's another good one. It's a really good look at like dark mental places.
Yeah, and I guess even for as basic and not good, in my opinion, as Paranoid is, I guess if you look at it in the scope of like, this is a man who's suffering real mental issues and stuff, like it's a pretty deep song if it's really what he's going through. Because from what I understand, Paranoid, I learned the other day, was like and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it was like a kind of an impromptu jam that got added. Right? Did we talk about that? Is that how I found that out?
Yeah, I think we were talking about it. I think it was written in less than 10 or 20 minutes. It was just supposed to be a filler song because they didn't have enough stuff on the album.
Right. And, for the dude, if he just came up with that on the spot, that says a lot to what he was going through, I think, because it could have really been about anything. Yeah, I bought heads, alphabets, la, 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 la. But he didn't. It was all about how fucking sad he was and how just done with everything he is, and that's, I don't know, probably not taken as serious as it should have been.
The first line is finished with my woman because she couldn't help me with my mind.
People think I'm insane because I am
frowning all the time.
Down now.
So let's move on to Ozzfest, because I'm sure it's a lot of talking so far. We've been live for almost an hour now.
Thank you guys for sticking with us.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging around and asking all your questions and throwing out your inappropriate comments. That's sure to get us banned. Anyway,
I told you. Okay, I thought it was maybe Paul that told me, but I couldn't remember because I know we've been talking about it.
Yeah, I do remember that conversation. So Ozzfest was forged in rejection. Now, what do I mean by that? You might be wondering. It means that Ozzy was declined from playing Lollapalooza. They wouldn't let him play there, and Sharon. Fun fact. Oh wow!
No way.
That's deep stuff.
He was he was British. He was British. Very assertive. Are you sure?
We'll have to do some research on that. Sharon was his manager, and she founded Ozzfest. Founded Ozzfest because he was turned down from Lollapalooza, and it's basically a self-designated heavy metal answer to alternative rock festivals. The best way to put it. I'd say it was a rock festival, but it wasn't, because they did pull in a lot of metal bands. It wasn't just rock and roll.
Oh, you made me little Aussie puppy poo-poo kids cry.
It was a 2-day debut, not a tour, a 2-day show that debuted in '96. It was so successful that they spurred it into a U.S. tour from 1997 onwards to its end. So, yeah. The festival is responsible and to blame for a lot of now major acts being featured on them. Slipknot, System of a Down, Disturbed, Godsmack, Limp Bizkit, Mudvayne, all got their got their big push from being on second stages, at Ozzfest through the years.
Boo, Limp Bizkit, boo.
And of course, Ozzfest was so popular. Hot
dog water elsewhere. My sister likes Limp Bizkit. Boo.
Oh, so there is one person. Cool.
Yeah. Well, we know of one other.
I don't know.
Fault he was turned down. Oh, good question. Was it
Sharon? I don't know.
Fault? Was she like, listen, you're gonna give Ozzy so much money, or he's not playing?
No, that's a good question.
Please, I just want to play the music. Yeah, I love the music. Yeah. Shut up, Ozzy.
I'll be honest, that one's on me, because I just kind of took that one as face value. Let's see what I can find.
Uh-oh. Are we getting exposed on the live stream for being
we've never claimed to be researchers or historians, so
That's right. You're not getting no money out of us.
No, sometimes we learn from you guys as much as you might learn from us, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was great till Power Man 2000 showed up.
Hot take.
Oh, shit. Who?
All right, so in an interview with Metal Hammer, which is a pretty cool magazine.
That's a cool name.
Sharon Osbourne recalls what happened. So we're going off of her words. It's the first thing I found, and I can't really find anyone else talking about it.
Well, it was a lovely Tuesday afternoon.
Right. I'm going to try to do that voice that you're doing. I wanted Ozzy at Lollapalooza. They said he's not relevant. I can't keep doing that. So
it's a new Prince of Darkness who complains about being depressed is going to play a me show. So I said that's real fucked up.
So I said, fuck off, we'll do it on our own, and it'll be a metal festival.
You take that bloody stupid music you're playing and just stick it up your arse.
Sorry, I'm seeing all these comments now. I don't know what to seek help, Curtis.
What? Wait. What did he say?
Oh, you don't just you'll find it. Diana, you just
Prince of Darkness is P, which stands for picking out of diapers.
Diana mentioned you can't have any meat if you don't eat your pudding. Sorry, ADHD and dyslexia. Ozzy was dyslexic. I found that out while researching this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, interesting. I forgot all about that, so I'm glad that comment was made. Wow. Oh,
another
man, my
reason
voice
for him
hurts
to
from
feel
doing all
sorry about himself, huh?
Jesus. So these bands saw huge increases in their sales and visibility, sometimes gold and platinum albums just after their appearances at the festival because it was so big. Some bands like Earth Crisis, Neurosis, Coal Chamber, bands like that, it was a defining breakthrough, and they kind of never got bigger than that. People like Coal Chamber, I don't think really got huge. Guys should be voice actors. I can't do that voice anymore. That hurt.
I could do it all day. And I'll tell you why. Because before the old nuts dropped, I had a very high-pitched voice. And, to take the spotlight off of Ozzy for a second and make it about me. Do you know the troubles of a society that demands a boy be a man when he is 13, but he's got long hair, tits, and a high-pitched voice?
I'm sorry, you were talking? I was drinking coffee.
Anyhow,
that's
back to Ozzy.
Oh, so I got really distracted by your little rant there. I just couldn't figure out what to say. I don't know if you've ever
bad it hurts to be a child in a society that demands perfection.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're going for.
Did you just soil yourself? Maybe.
Maybe.
You really are a bad bastard.
Ozzfest really helped solidify Ozzy's status as a godfather of metal, even though he was, a rocker. He helped bring in a lot of bands like Lamb of God, which I really like, and that's the only band I'm going to name right now because I really like them.
They're pretty good.
But they were already something, like they were starting to get somewhere before their Ozzfest appearance, but Ozzfest is what kind of propelled them into the mainstream of metal. So he
Coal Chamber. PTSD. And a fun fact, our moderator actually met Randy from Lamb of God.
Randy Bly?
I believe. Yes.
Didn't POD actually? There was a band called POD.
What does that actually stand for?
Payable on demand? I don't know.
Picking out of diapers?
I don't know what it actually stands for.
Band. Hang on. What's it stand for? American Christian band. Oh boy.
I actually used to listen to them back in the day when their first album, I think, came out. Not saying anything. I don't remember if they were actually good or not.
What does it stand for? POD stands for Payable on Death. Oh.
Yeah, POD played Ozzfest 2000. Along
Payable
with Pantera.
On Death.
Along with Pantera, Godsmack, Static X, Incubus, Methods of Mayhem, Queens of the Stone Age, Black Label Society, and a bunch of other bands that aren't really worth mentioning.
Prince of Decapitation. Good guess.
Oh, that is a good guess. That sounds brutal.
Oh my God. A fun Aussie fact. Christian rock music has gold, frankincense, and myrrh albums. Is that real?
Gotta put...
There's no way.
But that's funny.
Okay.
That's some good, clean Christian humor right there.
Great. Now make a joke about a crucifixion.
Nope. Moving on.
Prince of Oranges. Yeah. Oh, Price of Oranges. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses.
The
price of oranges.
yeah.
I think about $2.69 a bushel.
Where was I at? Yeah, in '97, Black Sabbath reunited to headline Ozzfest with Ozzy, which was kind of like celebrating the past while embracing the new. So kind of cool
Yeah, it's
there.
just because Dio died, right?
No, Dio didn't die back in '97.
Shh, don't say those evil band names. Sorry.
Let's see. Between 1996 and 2005, over 4 million fans attended Ozzfest, with
Oh, wow.
ticket revenues surpassing 170 million. So a lot of people. And 2007, the reason I
Another
don't
fun
have any
Aussie fact
dates.
if you want to hear it.
Oh no.
You can't compare apples and oranges because they're two different foods. I bet you didn't know that. Now, see? You're
That's
sitting
not
over
an
there
Aussie
sighing.
fact.
You're acting like you knew that before Curtis commented, though. And I just think we should give credit where it's due.
You're trying to say that I didn't know the difference between apples and oranges before he said that?
I did.
Well, you're right, but it has nothing to do with Ozzy.
Egg Wars 25. God, no. I'm still getting over the Egg Wars of fucking 23. Please.
So the reason I don't mention anything past 2005 is because, well, I don't know what, I couldn't find anything for 2006 to add everything up. But in 2007, Ozzfest famously shifted to being a completely free festival, funded only by sponsors. So they did have a major problem trying to get tickets distributed, but it was completely free to attend.
That's so awesome. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
It seems like it's moving from a for-profit thing to a love of music. Another fun Aussie fact coming your way. Not all facts are about Ozzy. Did you know that?
God, get that off the screen. Get that off the screen.
Oh, wait. There's something up top, too.
Fun fact, I put that up there. All this sidetracking, I've forgotten where I was.
Ozzfest went free in 2007.
Yeah. Pretty much, I'm looking through here. I don't have a whole lot of big stuff here. But yeah, that's the legacy of Ozzfest is embracing the new and the old. Respecting the tradition of the old heavy metal guys who came before us, and the ones that are going, carrying on the tradition. And this is a good fact. I didn't know this.
Oh. I didn't even see that before you put it up.
But
that's
anyway, I think
that's a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I always kind of knew that, but I didn't know that was an Aussie fact. So thank you for that.
Before we open it up for any more questions before we get off here, I want to mention because I forgot to at the beginning, you can send us a tip if you'd like to our Cash App at Dustin Lloyd 2025, and I'll make sure the Boo Boo gets his share if you send anything. Anything kind of helps us and gives us a little money.
Send $1 so he can't send it, and then I have reason to complain.
I'll give you 50 cents when I see you.
Although another fun Ozzy fact. Although Ozzy was in a band called Black Sabbath, he was in fact white. God damn it, Curtis! Looks like I couldn't stop myself from reading that out loud.
I think we found a new researcher.
Yeah, I think your contribution would be valuable, invaluable even.
Invaluable is probably the more accurate
we're learning
word.
Stuff like apples and oranges are fruits. They're different.
It's different fruits.
Different fruits. Ozzy was a white guy who was British. What?
Now, does anybody have any questions? Leave it open to you guys for any type of questions you want. As long as it's about Ozzy. Or Ozzfest.
Okay. Paul said Ozzfest was definitely the shit. It was.
Ozzfest was the shit, yeah.
And that's cool to move to free, because then it's like any bands there. It's just it's love of the music. I feel at that point. It's also broke activities, which I'm an enjoyer of.
Yeah. I
I
mean, that
can't
gives a
like
chance for people who may not have been able to go see some of those bands live. They get a chance to see it for free.
I don't know if Rocky's still in the chat lingering, but actually the only concert I've ever been to was with Rocky to go see. I think Rocky, if you're still here, remind me, was it Ozzy or was it Black Sabbath? It was right after God is Dead came out. Saw him down there at old Jiffy Lube.
Old Jiffy Lube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lubed in a jiff.
Lubed
Let me tell you something,
I've been
brother. Those
to
were
Jiffy
some
Lube.
heinous fucking porta johns. Those were easily some of the
Oh.
worst porta potties
I
I've
bet.
ever had the displeasure of pissing in. Wow. It was hot. It was stinking. And plus, like, Sabbath fans, well, I'm sure with enough imagination, you can imagine what they look like. Black Sabbath. Okay. So it was Black Sabbath with Ozzy we went and saw. Yeah. It was good times.
That is cool.
Yes, stars help.
Ozzy or Dio?
Ozzy or Dio? Fucking Dio. Okay, to be fair, that's just a personal thing. It has nothing to do with the music quality because honestly, I have a little trouble recalling Sabbath songs with Dio, and that might just speak more to how big and influential Ozzy was. Because I mean, I think when I was a kid, I thought Ozzy Osbourne was the fucking guitarist and the singer.
Yeah,
Like
that's funny because me and my cousin thought the same thing. I remember.
I think because he just overshadows everybody, and like because of his name and the brand that goes with it, you know what I mean? Like the dude made himself, whether he was self-made or not, he's an icon. And sometimes, people had to live in his shadow. Now Ronnie James Dio is fucking awesome.
Ozzy fun fact and actual fact this time. He could not play guitar, but he did play harmonica.
Whoa.
Yeah, so any songs you hear of Sabbath or Ozzy with a harmonica, it's Ozzy playing.
All right, Curtis, looks like you were right about him being white.
Personally, for me, Dio was definitely the more skilled musician. Ozzy had the charisma, I guess. I don't know. It's a tough one. I like both of their. There's a lot of songs I like pretty evenly. I do probably like more Ozzy songs than Dio.
Whoa, who's this? Sharon Ray.
Fun Ozzy fact. Anytime I have seen Ozzy with Black Sabbath, with or without Black Sabbath, my son Eric paid for it, and I have the T-shirts to prove it. Oh, that's Eric's mom. Hey,
Eric,
nice to see you.
Eric. Hey, whoa, I want you to know all my facts are real facts. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. I'm just saying, it's nice when there's empirical evidence in the episode to back your claim. You claimed he was white. I learned he played harmonica. There's no argument to be had. It's over.
This is spiraling.
It's over. It's finally over.
Oh, speaking of over, if anybody got any more questions before we get out of here? You said there's
comments?
a 14-second delay, so we'll wait. Any comments you want to be read? Any shout outs?
Yeah, anybody want to say hi, Mom, on the stream? We'll tell your mom you said hi. Curtis?
I just got a comment about one of your comments there.
Oh, shit. Imagine Dio with Randy.
My cousin would like you to know, Tristan, that there are plenty of non-white harmonica players.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, look, you need to go back earlier in the stream and go to the part where I said I was being facetious, okay? Obviously, dude, I've watched Sanford and Son, okay? I know.
Oh, no. Dun, 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 dun. We love you too, Curtis.
Oh, love you, bud. Hi, Mom. Hey, Curtis, your mom said hi. Who was Ozzy's best guitar player? Oh, man, that's tough, dude. That's tough because,
That's a debatable question, isn't it?
I think Randy probably had the better solos and stuff. But I think as far as like what you think of, like when you think of the guitar sound for Ozzy, I'm not saying Black Sabbath, but like you think of Ozzy, and I think you think of Tony Iommi's guitar.
And of course, the one who's been with him the longest, his right-hand man, Zakk Wylde.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to go Randy just for it's Randy. I mean,
yeah, for ability and just like the Crazy Train solo, dude, that shit is beautiful.
For me, it was the Mr. Crowley solo. It's just,
oh yeah.
And that and some of the melodies he'd write for some of those songs were very classical sounding, and I love that. But I would have to say Randy.
Sure. Not to say
not
Tony's
to take away
bad.
from any of them. Not to take away from any of them. Ozzy, one of the one of the talents he had was finding great guitar players, great musicians. Who was that? Oh God, now his name escapes me. The bass player for Metallica. He played for Ozzy first. Robert Trejo.
Oh, Trujillo, I think is how you say it.
Trejo. Either way,
I'm
the
probably
bass player,
butchering it, but
yeah, I've never actually heard his last name pronounced properly.
I don't want to say Trujillo because that just feels
that's definitely wrong. That sounds wrong.
Yeah, I want to say Trujillo though. Tony. Oh wow. Okay, Paul's going with Tony. Everybody, other people going with Randy.
There's nothing to take away from Tony because Tony. I mean, if it wasn't for Tony and the accident at the factory he worked at, we wouldn't have that down-tuned, dark metal that we've got. But I mean, we may have had it eventually, but
right. Plus, he's a fucking guitarist that plays with chopped off fingers, man. Like, how cool is that? Like, for the image of what you guys are, like, it fits,
Fun Ozzy fact: there was no guitar; it was all devil magic. Okay, get out of here with that.
Probably true. Sharon killed Randy. Oh no! What? Why would you accuse me of such a heinous crime?
Oh no, he's talking about Randy Hogan, the job guy for the WWF back in the day.
Well, he was bloody useless. He said he wanted to win. He was tired of putting people over.
Speaking of bloody useless, we're going to get off of here for the night. Don't forget, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Everyday History Podcast. You can do our tip jar, which has been up here the entire time. You stingy motherfucker. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, we come across as beggars, and we are.
No.
We mean well.
Yeah, and you guys have everything you guys do to support us means the world, honestly. Just sitting here and commenting during an hour-long live stream, we appreciate it immensely. Awesome. Otherwise we'd just be talking to each other, and we don't want to do that.
Thank you for not right. We do that on the other podcast. Thank you guys for not lighting me up for my inflammatory statements this evening.
Yeah, thank you for appreciating our sense of humor because sometimes it's a hot take. But one more thing, because today is Tuesday. If you are a regular follower of the podcast, you may realize that we did not drop a new episode today of the regularly scheduled podcast.
Last week it was an accident.
Yeah, last week it was an accident. This week it's intentional. We did it because we're moving the podcast to Fridays. So Friday at 8:00, that'll be when we'll have our podcast dropping regularly, and the next podcast to drop this Friday, which would be the 1st of August. It'll be the rise and fall of Redbox. So check that out because we had a lot of fun recording that one. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. You want to say anything, Boo Boo?
Let's see. I think there's a few more comments. I support you by letting my son talk to you.
We appreciate that.
Let's see. Okay. We'll read the last of these comments and then we'll sign off. Let's see. Paul, it started with Paul. Didn't get enough of Randy. Randy was great. Better than Zakk. Probably. I bet Zakk looks like he stinks. like actually stinks, not like he stinks a guitar because he's all right, but he looks like he would make you physically ill, like he hasn't taken a bath.
Like I've heard rumors.
Curtis said, "Sorry, I'm poor." Hey, that's all right, buddy. So are we.
So are we.
So are we.
So we're begging on a live stream.
It's not a condition. We are free, affordable, and recession proof. Okay, we don't want your money.
Unless we'll keep doing this regardless.
No,
we do it for you guys as much as we do it for ourselves.
Oh my god, dude! No. Jesus fucking Christ! That's canon fact. That might be another one we talk about sometime. I'm sure we got plenty to say.
We won't. All right, guys, you have a good night.
Wait. Bye bye, everyone. Okay. Bye bye.